Hi there Virgo, welcome to your reading for February 2025. I have cleansed your space and I meditated on your cards. I'm going to go through the astrological events for February. If you're not interested in that, please have a look in the description box down below, where there will be a timestamp to when the tarot reading actually starts. But let us begin, and we're beginning the month with a conjunction, two conjunctions actually, a conjunction of Moon and Saturn and a conjunction of the Moon and Venus. But let's start with a conjunction of Moon and Saturn on the 1st of February. It will bring a sense of emotional isolation. It can bring a sense of emotional isolation, feelings of loneliness, sadness, lack of emotional fulfillment. The Moon is the planet of emotions, and the Saturn is the planet of structure and discipline. And it would be a great time to have a look at how your structure is impacting your emotions and vice versa. It's all about emotional challenges and growing from them or with them. Make sure life demands are not weighing you down too much, but if they are, take a look at what you can do about it to realign yourself with your actual purpose. And on the same day, we have the conjunction of the Moon and Venus. It can bring a blend of beauty, emotional depth, financial ease, but also challenges in relationships and emotional stability. We're going to have a look at creativity within ourselves, security, beauty, pleasure. Emotion will come in touch with pleasure, but we might want to combine this with discipline, since Saturn is also dancing with the Moon at the same time. The Moon will be in the sign of Pisces at this time as well. It is a highly intuitive sign that is literally represented by duality. So we have the two fish swimming in opposite direction. So we might actually really benefit from swimming deep into our own waters and our own subconscious and reconnect with that side of ourselves. The Moon will be at its closest point to Earth on the 2nd of February in Aries, which probably will be a little help us reignite our energies to achieve what we want to achieve before there is a full moon. And the full moon will be in Leo, and it will happen on the 12th of February. And during the full moon in Leo, we want to be seen, we want to celebrate, we want to embrace the unique ways we shine, connect to our inner child and childlike wonder. Find where you feel yourself being and acting and becoming a natural leader. It's not a time for quitting on yourself, and it is a time to have some friendly competition, to drive us forward. But we also have Jupiter coming out of retrograde in the sign of Gemini on the 4th of February. And when Jupiter is in retrograde, there's a period of introspection and reassessments. We have been reconsidering past decisions and had time to reflect on our spiritual values along with our moral values. Jupiter is the planet of principles, growth, expansion, adventure, healing, good fortune, and miracles. So we can expect to really cash in properly from the introspection we've had since Jupiter went into retrograde. So once it goes direct, it's going to start moving very slowly, but we're going to start seeing, if we've taken the time to really look at ourselves, we're going to be able to actually take great leaps forward from there. Venus energy will be quite prominent in the month of February, and Venus will be its brightest on February 16th. So we will be able to see it in the sky. We have been seeing it through the sky in January as well, but it will be at its brightest on February 16th. On the 24th of February, Mars retrograde ends in Caunce. Motivation will return, and a period of feeling tired and exhausted will end. Mars is ruling our personal energy, so it will ask us to check our own energies so it's not damaging or draining before a new fresh period of action can actually begin. What has been stalled is slowly starting to move again, and with it will bring new awareness to our limitations, our priorities, and the ability to nurture our own within. So it's a great time. Once again, it's going to start slowly and start speeding up after a little while. The sun will enter Pisces on the 19th of February. It is a time for healing, engaging in spiritual practices, creative projects, letting go of the past and preparing for a new astrological new year. And we also have the new moon in Pisces on the 28th of February, so the last day of February. The new moon will be in Pisces. Did I say full moon? There's a new moon. Maybe this needs to be something enlightened within you at the new moon then. And it encourages us to reflect on the importance of surrendering, to go with the flow. It might actually encourage us to have a look at where our opposing forces can meet and become one, to build a bridge between those opposing forces. It is not a time to check out, rather than it's a time to check in and allow yourself to feel and connect to that side of you. All right. Well, I've meditated on your card. I cleansed your space, like I said, but I do want to cleanse the space with you as well. So you will be hearing 3 loud sounds, and I will begin now. Thank you so much, Virgo, for being with me here today. We're going to have a look at your spirit animal for the month of February. Because Spirit, please guide Virgo for their highest good. What are their spirit animals for the month of February 2025? Thank you so much. So we got the tiger and the stingray. So on the stingray, you can see all the chakras there being connected in line. And it's actually, it's a water sign, so it's fully integrated with the water. It's having fun. I feel like I need to read this. Hold on one second. What do you actually need to hear from the stingray? So the stingray is about developing confidence, a sense of self, or a spine. And I was fully drawn to the spine because the spine is fully, emerging from the body of the stingray there. So it says here in the book that the stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it is inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again, as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So when the stingray is in balance, it is eager and wants to grow. When it's out of balance, it blames others and guilt maybe. And in order to bring this energy into balance, you want to move through their discomfort, right? So that's what we got there. We got the stingray. We also got the tiger, and it's connected to the fire element. But you also have the moon on the tiger there. So it is supposed to be the divine feminine and the connection with the moon and the feelings. And the tiger is proud. It's got its lines, is that what I'm looking for here? The tiger got is stripes is what I'm looking for. I don't know if you needed to hear lines, if you need to draw a line somewhere, but the tiger is also connected to the fire element, but it's also connected to the water element, because the tiger loves the water. It is proud, it is diligent, it is deeply connected to the both elements there. The stingray is fully integrated with the water element there. So those are your spirit animal for the month of February. If you want to look closer into it, then maybe have a little Google about what these could mean for you, because then you can take what resonates and move on from there. I'm also going to ask Spirit, what does Virgo need to be aware of for the month of February 2025? What does Virgo need to be aware of? What does Virgo need to hear? Thank you so much. Thank you. It there anything else that Virgo needs to hear? Yes. Gotta have another card, Spirit. What does Virgo need to hear? Thank you so much. So let's see, we do it in the order here. So we have Jupiter, and what I said in the astrology for the month is that Jupiter is going direct. So we got expansion, prosperity, and growth, and you can make sure that this is coming for you if you're ready for it, whether you're ready for it or not, actually. Excuse me. You also have Black Moon Lilith in Pisces. Honor your boundaries. Know your boundaries. The tiger is also connected to boundaries because they know where their boundaries lies. We also got projection, your spiritual gold. So how you are projecting yourself onto other people. We also got the number 44 there. 4 plus 4 equals 8. And that is the number of karma. Thank you so much, Spirit. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because we're going to start the tarot reading for February 2025. I think I'm going to move these to the side here. So they are still with us through the reading. And we're going to do a Celtic cross here. So I would like to see what Spirit has to say about the past energy that you're coming from. What energy are you coming from starting February 2025? Please, Spirit, could you guide? Ooh, could you please guide Virgo for the highest good? What is the past energy coming into February? I'm asking Spirit for one card, please. Oh, I'm getting two just because of that. So, Temperance in the reverse, and we also have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So, Temperance is about, I don't know if you got this in your last reading as well, but Temperance is a card of the middle path, patience, finding meaning. And he's standing 1 foot fully on the ground there and 1 foot in the water with the feelings. So, and he has one cup flowing into the other and the other one flowing back up. And there's some sort of enlightenment here. It could even be meaning like a spirit and angels watching over you right now if you're going through a hard time. But it's about finding balance through directing energy. And that's what the stingray also talked about, is directing your energy to where it's actually needed. And we also had expansion, prosperity, and growth here. It's in the reverse. So you're coming from a time where you maybe not had enough time to contemplate and finding peace within. You need to embrace patience and harmony in order to balance your inner world. That's what we're saying here. So you need to, this is in the reverse, it will go into the upright, so you will be finding the balance. But right now, the energy that you're coming from has been without balance, and you've been aware of it. The King of Pentacles, the kings are, you know, expressing their power with authority, and the pentacles are connected to the earth sign as well. So we have the King of Pentacles, you know, he is abundant, he's efficient, he holds himself accountable and happy to share, knowing his worth, and he knows that his worth is not coming from the things that he accumulates, but rather how it is shared with other people. It's about following a higher calling, and maybe that has been in the reverse because you've not been feeling in balance. That's what I'm getting here. So these cards, I'm getting you've not been feeling very balanced. Maybe you've been having some money issues, but that's not really what I'm getting here. It's more like you need to realize that you need to follow a higher calling and reconnect yourself. For this to go into the upright, you need to be on the right path, if that makes sense. So that is the energy that you're coming from. Thank you so much, Spirit. What is Virgo's hopes or fears for February? What is Virgo's hopes or fears for February? Ooh. Should I get two? I am getting two anyway, so I just have to deal with that. The High Priestess, it is a card about balance once again between the light and the dark, but it is a card of intuition, mystery, inner voice and embracing your inner guidance. And you have all the pomegranates in the background, and it's because of I feel like I'm almost running out of breath here. If you need a break, Virgo, I feel like you need to start setting some boundaries to where you actually find your happiness, because I feel like I'm running out of breath here. Maybe you just need a pause, but this is asking you to take an inner pause as well to reconnect to your intuition, because your intuition will guide you in money, in love, in all of that stuff. But we've got the pomegranates, and they are fertilization, so there is some fruition going on in the background. In order to direct your inner world, you need to understand, in order to direct the outer world, is exactly what I said, you need to direct your inner world. And she is the guardian of the unconscious and asks you to travel inwards, listen closely, be pure in your connections and intentions, and especially to yourself. So that's what you're hoping for, to reconnect with that inner energy of yours. We also have the Nine of Cups, and it is a card that is reflecting elements of isolation. But this man, he's very happy. He's been gathering these cups, and he's ready to like move on to the next step, which is the new beginning and also the end of this. It's like you're ready for a new emotional fulfillment or a new habit. You're ready to actually go forward with this healing that you've been working on. It's a card about heightened awareness, which is also the priestess. Heightened awareness, comfort, emotional stability, luxury, knowing your worth, and not being taken for granted, and not taking things for granted either. It's about finding fulfillment within, and that's what you're actually hoping for in this month of February. So it also connects with your spiritual goal, your projection of how you see things. The High Priestess is also about balance, because it's a number 2. So that's really what you're hoping for in the month of February, which is a great way to, come from an unbalanced place into, I'm hoping I'm getting this. I'm hoping I want to connect. You really want to connect with yourself, and you realize the power of doing so. That's absolutely beautiful, Virgo. I want to have a look at your present moment, the initial situation, what is going on here. Okay, so some of you might be a bit burnt out with the Ten of Swords here. You can see he's fully, this journey is fully over. He's been weighed down with all these, the swords are connected to the intellect and the thoughts. And I don't want to say that he's unalived in the picture, but he's fully covered in these. So it's a card about maximum expression. It could be a card about betrayal, backstabbing, defeat. It's about you accepting an ending and releasing the power that it has over you and allowing it to revive you into the future. It's accepting that, okay, this didn't work, let's move forward from here and see where it takes us. But you need to find where you find, it's kind of like, I get the feeling that you have already felt this, you are feeling this right now, and you are ready to accept. It doesn't necessarily mean defeat. You've learned something on the way, and that's the beauty about getting to an absolute end here. You're accepting your ending, and it is, undeniably a way of moving forward. It forces you to focus on forward movement. You also have the Four of Wands here. Usually that's a card of stability and consistency, a bit of community, gathering, celebration and accomplishment. This is in the reversed, and it will go into the upright throughout the month. And maybe you've been feeling a bit isolated. It's a card of peace after hard work, and since it's going to go into the upright through the month, you will be celebrating this new beginning, this end in the new beginning. But right now, maybe you've been feeling so isolated and exhausted, Could also have to do with, you know, Jupiter coming out of retrograde and Mars coming out of retrograde as well, that this energy has been leaving you quite lethargic, and you will be celebrating this new beginning once you're moving through this energy. You just need to allow yourself to move through this energy. What is the crossing energy here for the present moment? What is the energy crossing it? Could I please have one card? Could you please guide Virgo for the highest good? I'm respectfully moving from the energy of not feeling like I can catch my breath. I need to move forward from that so I can give a perfect reading. A perfect reading. You know, a reading doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be actually resonating. So maybe you've been struggling with perfectionism as well. We have the Three of Swords coming in as well as a crossing energy. And the threes are new life and a point of no return. And it's a card about suffering, despair, heartbreak. Some truths are painful, but sometimes it's actually what we need to hear in order to move forward. And it's allowing us to find a strength that we didn't really know that we had, if that makes sense. So that's the crossing energy. So that's really what I'm getting from there. It might have been a bit hard for you coming into February here, Virgo, and I fully sympathize with you. But you hoping for balance and emotional fulfillment and intuition to come back in, and it will, and you're working towards it, and you're doing an absolute great job. What is going on in Virgo's conscious mind? What is Virgo aware of? Where are they going? Where are they at? What is going on in your conscious mind? What are you consciously working towards, Virgo? Oh, I'm going to ask Spirit again because I feel like we are having a lot of cards here. If I need any more cards, I will clarify with the other decks I have. Thank you, Spirit. What is Virgo consciously working towards? It's like the whole deck just want to pop out. Maybe I should just take this and go with it, because I feel like the 10 here, the 10 of, wow, I feel a lot of energy here. The 10 of Cups, it's emotional fulfillment. It's the next one from the 9 here. So the 10s are always the maximum expression. It's a card about peace, contentment, emotional fulfillment, belonging, a deep sense of unity, you know, with this whole family going on, dancing, the rainbow going on here, looking at the sky, looking at the future, basically. From love, you also heal. That's what I'm getting there. So that is what you're consciously working towards. You have the 9 of Wands there, and it's about, it's also about being, I'm so sorry if you hear any sounds outside, they're just plowing the street, is also a card that is talking about elements of isolation and heightened awareness, because you got a 9 here as well. So that is the theme of the 9s, and is a card about resilience, pushing forward, the last stretch before the end. But it's like you've realized here that this is not what I want to do, this is not worth all the work. He's bruised, he's hurt. Luckily he's been fighting with sticks and not with swords. So he's been training, we can say. So this is what you're realizing, that, oh, this is actually not for me. You have the Empress in the reverse, number 3. And the Empress is about motherhood, fertility, nature, Mother Earth, nutrition, provider, being abundance to self in order to be abundant towards everyone else, under her care. And you are the one under your own care as well. The river flows down here freely. And she's also covered in pomegranates, isn't she? So it's a sign of fertility. Maybe you're trying to get pregnant here. Maybe you don't realize that there might be something going on here. It's about fertility. You can all see all the weeds at the bottom as well. It's about abundance in food. You've not been balancing yourself. And there's not been a balance between being overprotective or being protective, if that makes sense. It's not been a balance between being protective and smothering, for example. And you realize that, you know that this is going to go into the upright and you will move forward from there. You also have the Knight of Wands, and the Knights are like, you know, rebellious youth. They move forward and quickly. They're not fully a king yet, but they have, and they also have a lot to learn, but they are about taking risks. It could also be about being foolish or irrational, but it's about being in your prime, having the courage and the mercy and the humility, and being able to do a sacrifice here. So that is what you're working towards. I feel like there's a lot of energy going in here, and that's why there was so many counts coming up as well. And the Knight of Wands is about, you know, action, adventure, fearlessness, limitless. He is a man of action. It's manufacturing an idea. You're focused on action and actually taking action, and this is really a drive forward that I feel like you will be having unless you've actually stepped into this role already. You just need to consider any consequences that might be coming from taking harsh or quick actions, but you're working towards emotional fulfillment here. You feel maybe it's about a job that's not really fulfilling you, and you know that in order for you to be fully fulfilled as an earth sign and as a pentacle sign, as in the deck, you need to have a good home life and you need to have a good work life, because you can fully immerse yourself in work, but you just need to make sure that you are fully aligned. And this is what I feel like you're finding that, oh, this doesn't align with me, I'm willing to make it work better for me. And this is wonderful energy for you, Virgo. Absolutely. I'm so happy for you. So happy for you that you found that balance, that you found that there was an imbalance here. What are you unconsciously working towards? What is your unconscious wanting to tell you? Why are you not where you want to be right now? Why has it taken time? What does your unconscious want to say? We've got some people here fighting with sticks, and the number 5. The number 5 is about change. It is also about possibility. So we have all these 5 men here fighting with 5 sticks. They're not fighting with swords, they're practicing once again. So it's about competition and conflict, disagreements, but disagreements also give space for solutions and a new way of approaching things. You need to embrace, in your subconscious is saying, embrace solutions, and that is allowing you to embrace new perspectives. But I feel like this is also what you're connecting towards. This is what you're realizing that you've been missing, and learning might be taking some time. You might be getting some bruises, but you're willing to put the work in. This is a wonderful reading, Virgo. I'm very happy for you. What is Virgo's energy right now? What is Virgo's attitude towards February? Oh, Page of Wands. So maybe you're feeling like you are not having a new start in the month of February, because we have the Page of Wands and it's in the reverse. It will go into the upright as the month is moving forward and as you're working through this energy. But the Page of Wands is about new opportunities, experience, exploration, excitement, freedom, you know, balancing being alive and being balancing ideas with executions. There's a new creative project or vision on the horizon, but you might be blocking that just now because you feel like it's not the time. But I feel, Virgo, that now is actually the time to take small step towards it, because you want to achieve this emotional fulfillment and you know what work that needs to go in for it to do that. Could I have any clarification on the Page of Wands here for Virgo's energy for February? What do they need to hear? What words do they need to hear to clarify this Page of Wands? Oh, thank you. It is the Four of Wands once again, but it came into the side. So I'm going to read both the uprights and the other one, because there might be something in here for you that you need to hear. So the Page of Wands is connected to leaving home, lack of roots, arguments, conflicts with others in life. This is also about conflict, but it's not dire threat, it's not a serious threat. Lack of support, instability, and feeling unwelcome. So maybe you need to actually balance the maybe you need to balance other people's thoughts and ideas with seeing it as an opportunity rather than something that actually sets you back. On the other side, it says 11:11, homecoming, celebration, harmony, marriage, family, friends, reunions, community, gathering, stability, and belonging. So this is what you need to be working on in order for the Page of Wands to become upright. That is your energy. So you want to be connected, because in the connection with other people, you might be finding new ideas on how to approach things or something like that. If anything is resonating so far, please leave a comment down below. I also want to have a look at the environment around you. Maybe that is affecting you quite a lot. What is the environment around Virgo? How is the people around you affecting you? What is the general energy of your environment? Page of Swords. Also in the reverse. So maybe you're a bit stuck in the environment around you, and maybe that's why you really want to work towards breaking free and going fast. So pages are about new opportunity. It's a Page of Swords. Swords are double-sided. You can decide to choose it for good or choose it for bad, right? It's about, you know, restlessness, curiosity, mental energy, more to know. There's always more to know, but maybe you're feeling like the environment around you is being a bit predictive at this time. Maybe you feel like you're not growing as much as you wish in your work life or in your private life. Could I please have some clarification for Virgo here to clarify the Page of Swords? What do they need to hear? Could you please guide them for their highest good? What does Virgo need to know about this Page of Swords? It's about planning, but it feels like Page of Swords are about planning, but I feel like you've done a lot of planning. So I will read this. It's about to be, it's a card that represents the Five of Pentacles here, and it's about financial loss, poverty, lack, mindset, isolation, shut out in the cold, worry, hardship, adversary, persistence of spiritual poverty. So I feel like maybe the environment around you is a bit cold, that you feel disconnected from other people. And that is what you actually need to be working on to move forward through the month of February, to be working on the connectiveness and see that people might not say things just to be mean. They might actually say something that might give you an eureka moment, if that makes sense. Like, they could actually be giving you quite a good idea that might come in the package of you receiving it as criticism, but it's more of a guidance or a key for you to connect with your inner self and realize that in this energy of, if you meditate, maybe you can see it as, oh, of course, how you project yourself onto other people. Of course, projection was the word I was looking for. So it's about how you see yourself, and therefore how you see other people. So you need to balance that look of how you see yourself. So wonderful that the reading is actually connecting like this. Thank you so much. Gonna have a look at Virgo's short-term outcome from the month of February. Short-term outcome is month, or could be days, months, weeks, but it's a short-term outcome from what you learned here. So we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords want to go quick and they want to go fast. And, you know, the Knights in the Tarot is about risk-taking. They're not fully a king and they have a lot to learn yet. So they're also not aware about the pros and the cons of moving so fast. Like, there's pros and cons to everything, that every decision you do in life here, but I feel like the short-term outcome is that you're going to be a bit more aware of what's going on around you. You might also, you know, have a little bit of, you know, when you, the Knight of Swords is also about having being filled with a vision or an idea and propelling fast forward, and him not being aware of the consequences. But moving forward, it feels like it's not going to go as fast, and you're okay with that. It doesn't need to be running, and the wind doesn't need to blow fully through the hair in order for you to move forward. But it might be small steps moving forward, if that makes sense. It will go into the upright, and you will pick up speed as you're going along. But right now, the short-term outcome is you slowly starting to move again towards the goal and towards what you're actually working towards here, Virgo, if that makes sense. Could I have another card to clarify the Knight of Swords here? I want to say the King of Swords for some reason. And it is the Lovers. The Lovers are about divine duality. So what you need to hear from this Knight of Swords is divine love, deep soul connection, choice, harmony, relationships, value alignment, and that's what the one I feel is really for you here. Unions, balance, unity, and romance. Doesn't necessarily need to be a romantic meaning. Take it as it resonates with you. If you're into romance, then that will lead towards that. But you really need to work on your projection of how you see yourself and how that is projecting out to other people, and have some understanding on your boundaries. Make sure that your boundaries are fully set with the people that you don't want close to you in life. What is the long-term outcome for Virgo here in the month of February? What is the long-term outcome? Okay, it's another card about balance, and it's about balancing physical, material security, and it's into the reversed. So it will go into the upright as you're moving through February and onwards, taking on all these lessons or the messages that's being given to you. Number 2 is about patience and balance. Is about priorities and adapting to change, dealing with opposing forces, like I said, the divine masculine and feminine, maybe within yourself or maybe within your relationship, but it's in the reverse, so it will go into the upright, and you will find luck being able to adapt, if that makes sense. So in the beginning, it might be a bit hard to navigate these harsh waters here and balancing and keeping everything in the upright, but maybe you need to balance for a little bit in order to actually dare to move forward, if that makes sense. You might be standing with a foot in the old life and one foot in the new life, and that's really what I'm getting from that. Could I please have a card describing the 2 of Pentacles here, and what does Virgo need to hear? What do they need to be aware of? Could you please guide them for the highest good? Oops, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. Could I please have one card describing 2 of Pentacles in the reversed with some words here? What do they need to hear? Thank you so much. It says here, it is the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, and it's guarded, workaholic, hustle and grind, jealousy, envy, financial setbacks, living beyond means or superficially. And I really feel like this is asking you to bring your whole life, not only the material world, into balance, because these 2 are in the reverse, so they will go into the upright as you're working through this energy, and it's about balancing and really setting your eyes on the prize here, and taking some time to meditate and practice and look at, in this meditation time, look at how you are talking to yourself and how that is affecting the way you're talking to other people. All right, What does Virgo need to hear that we're not covered in this reading so far? Is there any messages for Virgo? Could I please have one card? Oops. Okay, we did not get one card, we got 4. So what you need to hear is about watch for signs. Watch for signs from your higher self, from yourself, from inner guidance, and listen to them. And also there is a higher power. It's funny that I didn't look at this card before I actually said your higher self, but it's about almost like I want to laugh and have fun, kind of. Maybe that's why I got the ha ha ha. I also didn't check this card either. It said about celebration, having a good time. You got the divine masculine and feminine on this card as well. Celebrate your achievements and where you're going, and accepting that you have a higher power within, and also protect yourself. Protect yourself, because the tiger is fierce. It will protect itself, so you need to protect yourself also. Allow yourself to move forward with all these feelings. If the environment around you is affecting you to the point of almost being burnt out or not being willing to start a new project, if it affects you so hard that you go into the defense here, then you need to take a look at the environment and what you can change. If you are looking at yourself and seeing that, oh, the environment might actually be a reflection of how I am, then you need to have a look at moving on from that. So we have protection, celebration, high power, and watch for signs. So that is what you need to be aware of as well. Thank you so much, Virgo, for being here for this reading for February 2025. Hopefully I see you in March. If anything resonated, please leave a like and please leave a comment if you have anything to say. And I'm truly grateful that you've been here with me today. And hopefully I see you in March. Thank you so much. Take care.